All right, hi everybody. Hello, good evening, Royal We family. Happy Monday. I'm going to wait a few minutes here for some people to go ahead and sign on, and we will get started at 10 o'clock p.m. Hi, Samia. Hi, Peace Joy. Good evening, Blonde Girl. Good evening. How are you guys? I'm going to wait a little bit longer here, another minute. Hi, Paolo. I hope I pronounced your name right. Joy. Eileen. Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining, guys. Thank you for joining. Happy Monday night. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hi, Clow. Hi, 74 Blonde Girl. Doing good. That's good to hear. Hey, it's PC. Okay, right on. Thank you. Thanks for joining, man. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Freedom. Shastina. Hi, D. How are you guys? Hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for being here, part of the Royal We family. My name is Kevin, and for those of you guys who are joining for the first time, this is the Royal We Live, and I do want to put a warning out there. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there right now, that due to the nature of this show, we are going to be talking about a mature topic matter, that is narcissistic abuse. And so this is intended for a mature audience. There may be some language, some sexually explicit things. And I'm going to turn the music off. How about that? All right. So this is intended for a mature audience. So I want to go ahead and put that out there right off the bat. Now, the telephone number to call in live is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So go ahead. You're welcome to contact at any time. And now know that you are going to be on the Royal We Live. So filter your words. You can remain anonymous. You don't have to use any names. I encourage you probably not to. And I went ahead and fixed the system so that it no longer requires your name when you call. So you can be completely anonymous. Share your story. Share your weekend if you want to. Share what's going on, what's new with you, what you're learning about narcissistic abuse, how you're being affected, and how you're healing. The good thing is being able to share. You heal, right? But not only do you heal, but everybody in the family here, everybody in the community heals with you and gains from your insight and from your knowledge. So I encourage you to make that phone call. Don't be shy. Go ahead and make that phone call. And we're also going to be talking about some other things as well. With all that stuff out of the way, I do want to remind you guys that there is a course that is available, and I'm getting ready to go through working with some of the people who have taken the course. They are calling me, and they're scheduling their one-on-one time. So that's available, and you will see information about the course in the link below in the description box of this video. So anytime that you see the Royal We Chat view page, it will be pointing you down to the course. All right, so when you see this scene, the Royal We course page is down below there. But I'm going to go ahead and throw the number back up. And while I have the number up, while you guys are deciding whether or not you are going to call, I'm going to go ahead and read an email that I received over the weekend. And it's a good email. So I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. And here goes. This is from Thea. Thea says, "Hi, first of all, thank you for the videos." Thank you, Thea. They've helped me way more than some others. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Listen, guys, your encouragement of the videos that I make is huge. And so I thank you for the encouragement to keep going, because it's still, I'm going to be honest with you, it's difficult even for me to talk about some of the things that I talk about. Narcissistic abuse, when you deal with it, it has a way of making it difficult for you to form words, and to even try to put images to those words is very difficult. I struggle with it from time to time. Am I saying the right thing? Am I doing okay? Someone going to get, you know what I mean? So your encouragement is a huge help for me as well, just to let you know that. So going on with the email, she says, "I was involved with not an overt narcissist, but a covert one. Can you describe the difference and some of the ways to cope with the gaslighting trauma?" She did. Oh, well, we have a phone call. So I'm going to go ahead and take the phone call, and then we will get back into the email in just a minute. Hello, you're live on the Royal We.
Hello. How
Hi.
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
good. I've been watching you for a while, and I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I've healed. I feel and ready to move on. I started dating again, but I constantly get like a little paranoid that the next one is a narcissist or the next one is a narcissist.
Okay. Okay.
So it's kind of like I'm seeing it everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How do I cope with that?
You accept that. You accept that. So one of the things that we struggle with, narcissistic abuse is not necessarily just about a bad experience with a single person. Okay, this is one of the misconceptions.
Right, because I've had several. It's been my
exactly
dad was a narcissist.
Right, that's what I was going to say. What it does is it's going to open your eyes, and you're at some point going to go, "Oh my goodness, I've seen this my entire life." Okay.
Yes.
Narcissistic abuse is not isolated. Obviously, you're not the only one. You're surrounded by narcissists on a daily basis. You truly are. A lot of times people are like, why do I attract narcissists? Why do I attract? No, they're everywhere. Just as many as there are wolves in comparison to sheep, right? There are narcissists and predators, predatorial people, just as much as there are normal, nice, functioning people, right? It's a part of the society.
Right.
And so we have to, absolutely have to be on our guard. You have to be aware. Right. You have to have one eye open. You have to live in a color code of awareness. I made a video talking about a color code of awareness, right? You have to pick up on the small things that they say. You have to be able to discern, use your spirit of discernment. What does this person want? What is he pushing me for right now? How quickly is he trying to get something from me, right? This is how you're going to identify who your people are and who the predators are. So it's okay to be cautious. Right. You should be cautious. In this world and in this day and age, you need to be cautious. Nobody is going to look out for you the way that you're going to look out for you. You follow me on that?
So I'm not being overly paranoid. I'm just being smart.
Absolutely. Right.
All right. Thank you. Thanks.
You're absolutely welcome. Thank you for that question. That was a good one.
Bye.
All right, guys, the phone line is back open. That was an excellent question, guys, an excellent question. This is so true, right? For those of you who are wondering, why does it seem like I attract narcissists? No, they're out there, right? It's not you in particular that they're attracted to. An abusive narcissist or any predator will knock on every single door they come across, and it just comes down to where they can get in. And so at some point we realize, oh my gosh, I was allowing it in. I was engaging with it. I missed you know what I mean? So we have to look for those warning signs on a regular basis. We have to be on our guard. We have to be proactive. We have to use our discernment, which is a gift that we have, right? And we have to take care of ourselves and be able to. I remember I talked to a woman once, and she said on the phone, she said, Kevin, I don't want to go on dates and I don't want to seem like I am interrogating people. I don't want guys to feel like I'm interviewing them. And I said, wait a minute. The first question I asked was, why not? And I asked her this. I said, do you know what employers do before they hire somebody? And that's just to give them a paycheck in exchange for work, okay? When you're talking about a relationship, an intimate relationship, you're talking about bringing somebody into your life, somebody into your personal space, somebody around your family. You're going to bring somebody into your home, somebody possibly in your body. Why would you not want to know everything that you could know about this person? You have no idea what you're messing with, right? And so it's really good to be on your guard, right? It's really good to be very discerning. And narcissistic abuse is that thing that's going to wake you up. It wakes us up. Our eyes are open. And now, if you notice, since that one experience, this last experience, the one that opened your eyes, you probably noticed that you're not dealing with it much from anybody else because you're aware of it. You know you can kind of sense it. You stay away from certain people. There's people that I have learned in my life how to engage with. There's people who I know I just stay away from. A casual hi, bye. But based on what I've seen from them, I don't get close. Too close, right? They say, hey, Kev, come hang out. Probably not, man. Probably not. Thank you. Maybe another time. you know? So this is a good thing, right? Your cautiousness is a good thing. Listening to your discernment, holding out in the intimate discussions, your personal information, holding out is a really, really good thing, guys. And that's what narcissistic abuse, that's what you get out of it, coming out of it. That's what strengthens you as a part of, moving forward. All right. So the phone lines are back open. I'm going to continue on with the email that I received. And let me go ahead and pop the phone number back up there, guys, for you. So for those of you guys who want to call, there's the phone number scrolling down at the bottom of the screen. All right. Okay, guys, so the email says, this person was not involved with an overt but a covert narcissist. And she wants to know if I can describe the difference between the overt and the covert and how to cope with the gaslighting. Now, this person did not experience the nasty rages, but there was other tactics. The email says that there was a lot of backdoor put-downs. 1 minute they would say they like this, the next minute they would say they don't. It was like dealing with 3 or 4 different people. And the ruminating, she says, is difficult to get rid of. And she said the video about the adrenal fatigue, because of all the highs and lows that went on in the relationship, really helped her out. So thank you for that. You're very welcome. Let's go ahead and talk about that, the difference between the overt and covert. But before we talk about the difference of overt and covert, I am going to take this phone call. Thank you for calling. You're live on the Royal We.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hey, could you give me some advice? I understand that we have to go no contact, but it's fear in that as well. So I'm stuck between wanting to go no contact, but still checking out Facebook, checking out. I block them one day, I block them the next day, and unblock them. I noticed that they follow me on certain things, and then one day they disappear. Then one day they may send me an email and respond, vice versa. So,
right.
But the fear is going no contact totally. But
right.
So that's where I'm stuck.
Why is there a fear for going no contact totally? I mean, I have some understandings, I have some ideas, but I want to hear you talk about what your fear in getting rid of these people, and you haven't told us yet who these people are in your life, right, or who this person is. But what is the fear in going no contact?
Like I said, the reality is they're gone out of my life.
Okay.
I guess hope that we can reconnect and forgive each other and move forward and find some kind of trust in some boundaries somewhere. But because of my empathetic nature, I just think, why do you have to just end it and then it can't be at least speak, and not even be friends, but, why does it have to be so nothing? Why does it have to be just nothing? It's ended.
Right.
But if I want to reach out to you, why can't you just, reach back to me and be friends somewhat? Like I said, it's over,
right.
but
there is well, let me help you out here. There's a prayer and that I'm familiar with. Maybe you've heard of this. It's called the Serenity Prayer. And it starts off like this. It's an old prayer. A lot of people know it. It says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two. And if we just stop, that's just the beginning part of the prayer. If we stop right there and look at what it says, again, this is it's a dated idea, right? It's been around for a while. But grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. So in your situation with this person, what are the things you cannot change? You absolutely cannot change how they treat you. Do you follow that?
Right.
You cannot change that, right? So you need to have the serenity to accept that. So if they cuss at you, call you names, ridicule you, criticize you, yell at you, right? You can sit there all day long and say, why can't you just talk to me normal? Why can't you? And essentially what you're trying to do is change them. And you can't. They're treating you, they're treating you out of who they are. Okay? So now let's look at the second part of the prayer. Is give me the courage to change the things that I can. Well, what can you change? You can change yourself. And now a lot of times people think that's easy. It's so easy. I can change myself. That's easy. Piece of cake. No, it's not. It takes courage. It takes courage to change yourself. It takes courage to say, I'm going to have boundaries, and I'm not going to associate with anybody who's going to call me names, with anybody who's going to yell at me for no reason, with anybody who's going to blow up, lose their cool, not be respectful. I'm going to have the courage to step out of that relationship and say goodbye, even if it's family, even if it's people, I grew up with, even if it's a son, a daughter, because the boundaries are more important. You know what I mean? They really are. They really are. So that's where the courage part steps in. And now the wisdom, the discernment, is knowing the difference. So you have to have wisdom and know the difference between what you can change and what you can't. Okay? And how to navigate that. So again, I kind of hear in your voice, you're saying, why can't they just be normal? I think that's a question we all have. Trust me, we all want to know that. Why do I have to end the relationship? Why can't they just change? Why can't they just listen? Why can't they just understand? Why can't they just be normal? They're not going to. If they haven't, then they have dedicated themselves to the dynamic of the relationship that you have right now, which means you're always wrong and they're always right. And so you're going to have to do the right thing by you. Right? You have to protect yourself.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Oh, it does. So will you say, like, if I totally go no contact, that this will get better for me? If I totally go no contact, will the urge go away? Will I get stronger, accepting the wisdom, accepting the courage?
This is
or a great
This is a great question.
Always come back to me like temptation, It's
yes.
just like I want the cookie, but
yes.
He's not giving. And I don't mean that kind of cookie. I just mean temptation.
Is he going to give me the? You saw my last episodes talking about the goodies, huh?
But again, it's just always like I wonder what he's doing. I'll just peek.
Right.
And like I said, and then it's like a snowball effect, and then all that comes back. So I want to go no contact.
It's going to hurt.
It's
going to hurt. But this is where it's going to hurt, hon. I'm not going to lie to you. It's painful. But no growth is, right? And there's a lot of reasons that it's painful. Okay? There's reasons that are entwined in you of shame, of guilt, of you held on to a promise. You bought into a lie, right? It's kind of like, do you think there would be pain if somebody sold their home and their house and everything they have and invested it into a Las Vegas casino game, hoping they'd hit the jackpot, and they lost? They lost everything. You think that person's ever going to feel good? No, right? So in a lot of ways, you invested a lot of yourself. You've given your time, your energy, possibly your body, your trust, your faith, everything to this individual on this huge gamble, this huge risk, and you lost, right? And so it's very painful letting that go. It's very painful doing the courageous thing. But you have to understand what's going to be better in the long run, because you know already the dynamic of the relationship and what's going on. If you're being used, you're going to continue to be used. So if you stay in it, you're going to prolong the pain, right? But at some point, you're going to have to stop it with your boundaries, and you're still going to have pain. It still hurts. There's going to be a reminder. I call it the thorn in your flesh, right? In the Bible. And I don't know if you are a person who...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you'll know that there's scriptures, even Paul, the Apostle Paul talked about this thorn in his flesh, this pain that he walked with on a daily basis, and it doesn't give us any clear detail of what his pain was, what he was wrestling with, but it was an internal wrestling. And he pleaded with God, make this go away. Make this pain go away. And God's response was, my grace is sufficient for you, right? What does this mean? This could mean you just need to be content with the fact that I saved you from that, right? And a lot of times we have to acknowledge that, right? We live in a world today, hon, where boyfriends get mad and kill their girlfriends, and girlfriends get mad and kill their boyfriends, and people are getting put in jail for lies and false things, and you know what I mean? And so when you're out of a relationship, it's almost like, and you see these things that are not right, you almost have to accept the grace of, man, I could have been saved from something far worse, and let it go. Detach. And walk with that pain, but know that that's it, right? I hope that makes sense for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah? All right.
Thank you. And I'll say this, and I'll let you go. It has been a season or two, couple years, and honestly, if from where I was when the discard happened, from where I am now, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I have more courage.
There you go.
But like you said, the pain is lighter. So
it does.
Thank you for your help. Thank you for what you do.
Yes.
It does matter. So I am healing, but like you said, it's just going to take time.
Yeah. No, you will be a champion through this, no doubt. It does take time. You know, I would be lying if I said I did not have days where I wrestle with some of these concepts and some of these ideas and understanding the world. It's painful. You know, that sometimes the people you love.
It definitely opened my eyes.
Yes, right. And so it can be scary, and it can give me even flashbacks. So there's times where I wrestle with this. It's not, you know what I mean? But I'm definitely not the same person that I was coming out of the abuse, right? Where I pacing around and yelling and arguing in my own head and pretending I was saying this to them and that to them and going back and having the flashbacks, you know, part of the CPTSD. Different way, it affects us differently. For me, I couldn't concentrate at work. I found myself, I was talking to myself a lot, and I had coworkers saying, Kevin, you all right? Looks like you're having an intense conversation over there. And I was like, what is happening to me, right? This was a result of being right at the end of the abuse when I should have been getting out, right? I was exploding on the inside because of it. And so I'm nowhere near that person anymore. But every now and then I have these moments, right? These flashbacks, these thinkings. And what I do with it, and this might help you too, is one, I've detached completely from all of the abusive people, right? They serve no purpose. If they do serve a purpose in my life, that purpose has been served. It was to show me that reality. That's it, right? And so what I do now is I stay away, don't engage with them, because they have no more purpose in my life. But now with the remnants of what's left, it's what drives me to do what I'm doing now, to help others. Okay? So as you go forward, you're going to learn to use that energy, use that into something, use that into a calling, use that into helping people. Okay? And to do, moving forward. Right on. Well, thank you for calling.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All righty, bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, phone line is back open, guys. And let me go ahead and put the telephone. Well, I spoke too soon. You're live on the Royal We. Hi.
Hello?
How are you?
I'm, the call actually went through.
Yeah, you're on.
I'm sorry, I've never done this before. I have a question. So, I've been no contact with my covert narc since August of 2018.
Okay.
And the thing is that she's part of my extended family on my father's side, and my father, stepmother, that family, they much all these come together. So I'm trying to time, I talk to my dad, I'm always hearing about this thing and what to do with it. I'm trying to stay away from the covert narc, but yeah.
You're cutting out a little bit, just to let you know. You're kind of going in and out. I don't know if you're driving or if you're inside. It's kind of going in and out. I didn't catch some of that.
So I've been in contact. I have been out of no contact with my covert narc.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you've been no contact with your covert narc. Okay.
No contact, but my father and my sister are still in contact with that family. So how do I go about healing from it when my own father is still in contact with them?
Well, why would your family be in contact with the family? Who is it? Is it a boyfriend or a friend? What is it? What's the relationship?
It's my cousin. My cousin.
So your dad's related?
My cousin and I. Yes, my dad's related, very close to her father.
Sure.
And
okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm constantly hearing about them.
Right. I'm going to go ahead. I'll answer this question, and I'm going to let you go because the reception's really bad. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go while I answer this question. Okay. Thanks for calling. So, this is a difficult one, guys, and it's never easy when you're with people who also want to stay involved. Okay. With my personal experience, I dealt with in-laws. Okay. And so I had to be able to detach myself from the relationship with my in-laws and allow my wife to have a relationship with them. Was it difficult? Yes, but over time it got easier. I realized that my relationship with them is not necessarily hers. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say that's not right and that's weird, how can it be? And they're going to change her and they're going to do this and they're going to try to manipulate her and blah, blah. And the thing is no. I mean, we talk so much about it. We deal with it. And this is the key, okay? If you can get your dad to understand your position, if your dad loves you, he'll listen to you, okay? So to the caller, I'm talking to you. If you can get your dad to understand that you personally are uncomfortable with your cousin, and you could say, listen, you can have the relationship that you want. That's fine, but I'm uncomfortable with my cousin. I don't like the things that she's saying about me. Just let it be known that's all you have to do. You don't have to trash talk her. You don't have to say that little witch. You don't have to get mad at your dad and shake your finger at him and say, how dare you talk to your brother? His daughter, my cousin, is terrible. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Just let it be known, hey, I'm uncomfortable with her. I don't want to be around her. I don't want to talk to her. I don't like the things that are going down. Be honest with it. Let your dad know. And, let your dad have the relationship that he wants to have, okay? So it's going to be difficult, but you'll learn to do that. Again, this is part of being independent, right, for yourself. I'm going to go ahead and take this call.
Yeah.
You're on live with the Royal We.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for calling.
I talked to you a couple weeks ago. I was at work tonight. I was having some thoughts, and I had some comments to make.
Okay.
I was thinking that narcissistic abuse, like how you would define it in a sentence, would be, the falsely grooming and conditioning to believe that this is the life partner for us. Okay. And so I was thinking that did not happen overnight, and I came up with something that is helping me right now. I actually get these videos like yours and other people's, and I make MP4s out of them. And you can go online and you can do that. You just put the URL in, and then you can make playlists. And I think what we need to do is just keep pounding that truth into us, man, that it was a lie, and it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, the healing's not going to happen overnight. I don't know how you feel about that. There is one question I did have. This ex-narc of mine, I've been in no contact with her, and she's been trying to call me, like relentlessly, and I keep turning my phone off. Now she's hitting me on Facebook.
Right.
And this last week she went to my guitar teaching page, and she's married. Okay, she's got the different last name, and she's making a comment about like an old drummer that we knew had just passed away. Like she's trying to get in, and then I ignored it. And then I come home tonight, and she sent me a friend request on Facebook. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, don't take the bait. You've been there,
What's
you know.
that?
I said, don't take the bait. if you've already been there.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
But see, here's the other weird thing. Here's the other weird thing about this, Kevin. It's like she fooled everybody. I mean, I was just thinking about the other day. I was talking to my pastor, and we were in this. I'm a Christian. I'm a born-again Christian, and there was no sex in our relationship, and it wasn't like that. But she fooled everybody. She fooled the pastor's wife, the church, everybody that I know. We didn't know that she was like this. They're all like freaking. But some of them are saying stuff to me like, well, how do you know she doesn't need help? How do you know? And I'm like, even if she does, she got married, man. She's like, I don't know.
Right.
I just gotta keep going strong.
Right on, man.
And some of these, what's that?
I said right on.
Yeah, and I feel that could help people, because I'm thinking, like, this is my thought process tonight while I was at work, thinking that, we were conditioned for that lie. We got a nest in their families. It didn't happen overnight for me. It took a year and a half, and it took all this lying. I mean, the parents are cool. I mean, I think the family wasn't narcs, but she is.
Right.
And so you're believing all this, okay? And so when you keep hearing, like, overnight, I'll put in like a playlist, and a lot of your videos are on there. And I just keep listening. I get up in the morning, and I'm not in so much pain. I'm like, I'm doing the right thing.
Thank you. Right on. Well, thank you. Thank you for the suggestion. I appreciate it. I'm gonna let you go so I can wrap this show up. But thank you. And I will tell people also. I have, if you look at the Royal We channel now, I have organized the videos better. So if you go to the home page, you will see more of an organized layout. So I have the most popular videos that have been watched a lot, and then under that I have the world of narcissistic abuse, and it's a section that is just about narcissistic personality disorder. A lot of the things that you're going to come across, a lot of the things that you're going to experience, a lot of things that I've experienced. Okay. Then under that, it's healing from narcissistic abuse, and I call it moving on. And it's videos that are just dealing with the moving on, the aftermath of dealing with narcissistic abuse. So I highly encourage you to check out the playlist, the organized playlist on the Royal We, and then also I have the live Q&A, which is going to be in its own playlist as well. All right, guys. So with that, I want to go ahead and get to that email real quick, because it's some important information. And then we'll wrap up this show. So I'm not going to take any more phone calls, but I want to get through this email. The email came in from a subscriber who wants to know the difference between overt and covert and how to deal with the gaslighting. And so I went ahead and I put together actually a little chart, and we're going to talk about it here so you guys can check this out and look at it. Right, so overt narcissist means it's done openly, it's clear, and it's apparent. Right, these are your aggressive, arrogant, loudmouth narcissists. These are the ones, and I've actually heard this, they will put posts on social media saying things like, I'm an asshole, and that's one of my number one qualities. You know what I mean? They think it's great. They think it's amazing, right? So it's done openly, clear, and apparent. Covert narcissism, covert narcissistic abuse is more concealed. It's more hidden. This is the most dangerous one. Okay, covert is the one that usually gets us, right? If you're dealing with an overt, you know what you're dealing with. You can see it a mile away. They walk carrying their aggression, right? That's what it means done openly. Covert, you don't see it. Covert, you're lured in. They're nice. They're sweet. And so it creates a problem for us because we don't see it. We don't anticipate it. Now, in the email, she asked about how to deal with the gaslighting. So I actually came up with a situation here where you're going to see, based on the different types of attitudes of narcissism, you're actually going to see gaslighting and how they respond to you. So I came up with a situation. Let's say maybe you are with the overt or the covert narcissist, and you're at a family function, or you're at school, or you're at work, or you're in a gathering with other people, and suddenly they narc out on you, go into a fit of rage over something, right? It just, something inside of them, they make something up, they blow up, they yell at you, they cuss you out, they call you names for whatever reason, they demean you, they devalue you in the typical fashion that narcissists do. Right? And I know that you and we've all had this experience. It's that experience where it feels like something evil just jumped inside of you, right? You get that feeling like something just snapped inside of you. What was that? And you're fight or flight is kind of going, or you're just really down, and maybe you leave the situation. You just get out of the situation because you don't want to be in another argument with them. You don't want to be in a confrontation with them, so you leave. And naturally, you want to get back to them. You want to get in touch with them, and you send out a little message to them, like I said here. Okay, I don't appreciate being called names in front of people. All right, let's say that that's your response. I don't appreciate being called names in front of people. Right? In a normal relationship, somebody's going to take that and say, my bad. I didn't mean to. Sometimes I got to watch my mouth. I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything. Okay. But if you're dealing with a covert or an overt narcissist, you're going to get something completely different. They're slightly different from one another, but they're the same. So let's look at some typical overt narcissist comebacks to that, or how they would handle that. If you were to send a message or to talk to them and say, I don't appreciate being called names in front of people, right? Typical overt response to that will be, okay, you want to cause problems? That's fine. I can cause problems too. Okay, that's your typical overt response. Another one, number 2, some people get butthurt way too easy. Don't be a snowflake, right? Something to that extent. The third response would be, I was joking with you. Some people can't take a joke, bullies. Yes, it's interesting when you hear overt narcissists calling other people bullies, and they typically will do that. They'll cuss and yell and scream, and at the end of it say, I'm sick of you bullies. It's the weirdest thing I've ever come across in my life, but it happens. So let's look at the covert responses, the covert narcissist responses, all right? It's a little bit different, yet it's the same. And I want you to notice the gaslighting. I included the gaslighting because the email asked about gaslighting, how to deal with the gaslighting. If you look at these, the overt responses, you'll see the gaslighting in it, okay? Okay, if you want to cause problems, that's fine. I'll cause problems too. So from you saying, hey, I appreciate it if you won't call me names in front of people, they're saying, hey, you're causing problems. That's gaslighting. Number 2, some people get butthurt way too easy. Don't be a snowflake. They're gaslighting you. They're making you feel like you get butthurt too easy. Again, they're throwing it back at you. I was joking with you. Some people can't take a joke. Bullies. They're calling you a bully, saying you can't take a joke. That's gaslighting, turning it back on you. Now let's move over to the covert real quick. Covert narcissism. It's different, but it's the same, okay? I'm sorry you think I was disrespecting you on purpose. I can't believe how ignorant you are. All right? So again, you have what I call a non-apology. I'm sorry you think I disrespected you on purpose. That's a typical covert narcissist non-apology. Don't ever accept that as an apology, because it's not. That's not saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. That's, I'm sorry you think I disrespected you by calling you names and cussing you out, right, on purpose. Of course it was on purpose, right? I can't believe how ignorant you are. They always throw in that little dig, again, to gaslight you and make you feel, once again, that you're the problem. The next response, everyone calls each other names at times. Humble down. You're no better than me or anyone else. This is another typical covert response. They're trying to get out of any accountability. Everybody calls people names, right? The third response I have here is, please stop acting like a victim. Neither one of us are victims, right? Now, I have heard personally all of these things said in this exact scenario. This is why this is why I know this, and I know that it resonates with a lot of you, because when you're dealing with a covert or an overt narcissist, you're going to come across this. At some point when you try to reason with them, rationalize with them, and you say, hey, please, can you stop calling me names? Can you stop yelling at me? Can you stop cussing at me? You're going to come across this. And what do all of these things have in common, guys? Every single one, whether on the overt side or the covert side, they all have one thing in common. And you know what that is? That is that they don't care about you or your feelings at all, right? That's what's missing out of it. None of it is, it gives one care about how you feel about being called names or yelled at publicly. They don't care. It has everything to do with getting out. I have no account. They want no accountability whatsoever. All right. So I hope that answers the question. to the email. So thank you so much for emailing. That was Thea. I appreciate your email, guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on the Royal We Live. We're going to be back here tomorrow night at the same time, 10 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, guys, every night, Monday through Friday. And so be here. Don't be shy. Get your questions, get your comments, get your concerns, whatever you're dealing with narcissistic abuse. Let's talk about it. This is a great place to talk about it, guys. And like I said before, if you are interested in the Royal We course, you can find out more information about the course in the description box below. Thank you guys for being here with me on this Monday night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night, same time, 10 o'clock p.m. Central Time, right here on the Royal We. All right, guys. Good night.